This is it.
You can just feel it. It's electric.
But America will have a problem if we don't vote.
The buzz, the streets are hot.
So hot that TSR Investigates pulled up.
I'm a Trumper.
We went to cities and counties where voters have been flip-flopping over the years. Here in Fayetteville, Georgia. I'm here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The swing counties and swing states that decide presidential elections.
I like Donald Trump's results.
Why can't a woman run this country?
Voters clearly have a lot to say. I'm Justin Carter on ground in the battleground. This is a TSR Investigates special report. There are so many of these pocket counties hidden away in suburbs of major cities. For example, we're here in Fayette County, Georgia. It's a suburb of Atlanta, and this ultimately can decide the outcome of the election. Of course, Rick Ross lives here. There are other affluent people who live here, black, white, Hispanic. So we wanted to know why the margins are so thin.
This is the way that the future is going to be.
There's been a shift in voting habits happening in counties across the country. Take Fayette County, Georgia, for example. It's in the south suburbs of Atlanta. Historically, it's been a red county for many years, from presidents to senators. But in 2022, a lot of people were stunned when Senator Raphael Warnock got 49.5% of votes in Fayette County against Herschel Walker. It's a rare margin they've seen and a sign that things are changing here. We asked Dr. Andrew Honeycutt, a registered Republican, why that is. We caught up with him campaigning one morning. He's a candidate for state senate.
One of the things is people are moving here because of the lifestyle. They can afford the houses. It's a good community.
He says he's voting for former President Donald Trump.
I like Donald Trump's results. Blacks had the lowest rate of unemployment during his term. He funded historically black colleges and universities permanently.
The Shade Room fact-checked this. While it is true that President Trump did greenlight funding for HBCUs during his tenure, it is President Biden, though, who holds the record of having the lowest black unemployment rate, 4.8% reported in April 2023 versus Trump's 5.3% in August 2019.
And a lot of blacks are afraid to say they will vote for Trump. You know, they don't want to take the flack. So I think there's some hidden votes for Trump.
We're in the process of turning Fed blue.
Democrat Kenya Wicks, a 30-year Army vet, says not so fast. She's running against him and says that there's an obvious blue wave happening in Fayette County because black voters are moving there.
You know, me being in the military, we had women commanders that, women took us to combat. So if a woman could take me to combat and bring me and my troops home, why can't a woman run this country?
It's no secret. The 7 battleground states will determine the next president of the United States. That's Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Georgia, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania.
The buzz, the streets are hot.
The streets are hot. In Erie County, Pennsylvania, for example, it's a small blue-collar area, but it's expected to have a big influence on this election, says Erie pastor Curtis Jones, who's also a government affairs leader in Erie.
I think that both sides and both parties and both campaigns are recognizing that again in this election, that we can't take Erie County for granted.
But why is that? Erie County has historically voted blue up until 2016 when Hillary Clinton lost Erie to President Trump. But in 2020, it went blue again for President Biden. Is it my understanding that the Clinton campaign, specifically Hillary Clinton, didn't come to Erie in 2016? Did she ever visit?
If I remember correctly, she did not come to Erie. And that means something. Erie is the kind of community that still wants you to knock on their door, right? And come to their door with a placard. People felt neglected. People felt disengaged. And so I think, again, we saw the flip in 2016 because of that feeling disengaged.
It's why both candidates have showed up, hosting rallies in Erie within the last month and a half. People are calling it a battleground within a battleground.
I think there's a high level of excitement to get out and vote. For those who have been engaged.
Which is also why I took the drive to Wisconsin, another high-stakes battleground state. We're here in Kenosha County where It's always split. President Obama, he won in 2008 and 2012. President Trump won in 2016 and 2020. You can see here by the billboards how split it really is. You can see this one says economy, border, Americans for Trump. But on the exact opposite side here at this busy intersection here in downtown Kenosha, it's a different tune. It's Vice President Kamala Harris's billboard, Protect Reproductive Freedom.
It's a conglomerate of a lot of older people, and a conglomerate of a lot of new people coming in town.
Like Erie, Kenosha County is mixed. I spotted a number of Trump signs in the more rural areas, while Harris signs were more prevalent in the city. We found this woman downtown. She's lived in Kenosha for 14 years and is voting for Vice President Harris.
Why?
I don't like Trump.
That's it.
That's it, because I don't care everything that she says either.
Why is it you don't like Trump?
He's very chauvinistic. He's too opinionated. He doesn't, I don't think he sees the whole picture. He's very narrow-minded.
But at the Kenosha Republican headquarters, we found Dave Patterson.
A Trumper, I'm conservative. Therefore, I tend to believe that people believe more in the things that we stand for. Conservative values, low crime, low taxes, less government.
But do those values align with President Trump's criminal history, including his 34 felony convictions? We pressed him about it.
He has not been sentenced, right? So you can't officially call him a convicted. But
Well, he's convicted. The jury found him guilty. I mean, he was convicted of a crime.
Well, if you got time to go all through those, and in my mind, the whole thing was trumped out, bogus. They are definitely persecuting and trying to prosecute him to keep him out of the election. I mean, why didn't they bring up these charges 4 years ago?
Lots of varying opinions, lots of small areas now thrust into a big spotlight. Stay with the Shade Room as we continue to follow this very tight election in real time. Also catch our reports in Washington, D.C., not only on Election Day, but in the days that follow. For now, this is a TSR Investigates special report. I'm Justin Carter. Hello, roommates, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Do you want more TSR Investigates? Be sure to subscribe and check us out at theshaderoom.com.